Welcome, everybody, to this week's edition of Monday Night Mayhem, where we are bringing to you live the hottest topics in video games and video game adjacent things like food and other forms of media sometimes. Tonight, what are we talking about? We are talking about Pokemon Pokopia is causing Pokemania or Pokemon... what's the pun word for this? Pandemonium? I don't know. Pokemon is just going crazy again after Pokemon Pokopia came out last week. Game key cards, are they for the homies or not for the homies? Project Helix? Why? And of course, what we have been playing here recently. So strap into those ergonomic gaming chairs, grab yourself a protein shake, maybe some diet root beer or a Pepsi, and maybe a bag of unflavored and uncolored chips for this week's edition of Monday Night Mayhem, where pixels meet possibilities. Game on, everybody. Fellas, tonight, of course, our Mayhem game is DragonQuest VII Reimagined, but, you know, I haven't seen YouTube guys in a while. We're back on that wave of, you know, Zach's here one week and then you guys show up another week and we can never get the full squad together again. But we'll get there one day, maybe in a couple of weeks. But how the heck have y'all been doing, man?
Man, doing okay. We're taking it one step at a time, as it were. Also, is my walking pad too loud? That's not picking up on the pad or the microphone.
To be honest,
Fantastic.
I thought you were on a walking pad, but I couldn't hear it. So I was like, this dude is doing the best fucking walking in place I've ever seen in my life, or he's got his walking pad on. And I'm gonna assume the latter, but Bretsky's pretty talented. He could just be stunting on us.
I have studied the Virtual Insanity music video very thoroughly. And I can just do this in any room I go into. Yeah.
Just walk in place.
Yeah. Just
like.
Oh, there it is! Doom boom. Ba-doom boom.
Oh my gosh.
Look, all right. Small aside. If y'all haven't seen, there's this video where they edited from the old Donkey Kong CG cartoon from back in the day. There's this song on there called like Eddie, Let Me Go Back to My Home that some dude mashed up with Virtual Insanity. And it is so fucking good. I have listened to that song like every day since I saw it last week.
Fucking send that our way after this.
So
Please.
fucking good, man. I'm dying every time but it's like a legitimately good song. They had the dude who did the voice of Donkey Kong, at least for a couple songs, was this like, he's got some good R&B chops, but he's also like, I think he does a little bit more just like kid-centric projects. He was the dude who did the lead song for Zaboomafoo, the TV show.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what? That tracks.
For some reason, you said Zaboomafoo, and like my brain instantly went to Wishbone.
I mean, same era.
Same network.
Both PBS, yeah, for sure.
Facts. Yeah, just
Wishbone
remember
also
that.
has a baller-ass theme song.
Wishbone
It
does
really
have a
does,
baller's
though.
theme song, man. Absolutely.
What's the story, Wishbone? Did you just seeing that dog in that little hat? Oh, it was such a cute dog.
He was a good little
The
pup.
dog was fucking adorable.
Let's start tonight with a question from Zordon's Outlet. We haven't had one of those in a while. Bretsky, you want to take it away for us?
Oh, I would be much obliged. Let's start it off with a question from our boy Shorzy. Who would you rather run into while committing crimes? Spider-Man, Batman, or Wolverine?
Oh, I know the answer to this immediately.
What's your answer?
Spider-Man. Because he's going to actually make a quip, and that will give you enough time to be like, you know what? I'm good. I'm done. Hands up, drop everything, get to my knees. Because, like, with Wolverine, by the time you know he's there, he's attacking you. And with Batman, you're not going to know he's there until you're wishing for death. So I pick Spider-Man because he's gonna show up and be like, "Don't you guys have something better to do?" Even though that's more of like a Sonic voice. And then I can at least be like, "Okay, human spider, I'm good." Hands on the back of my head, dropping to my knees, like it's fine. He's not gonna punch me in the face if I give up right here and there.
Yeah, I think I'm with Carson on this one because, as we've seen in more recent Batman media, your arms, legs, limbs, and arteries might be broken after you're able to like get a word out. So, yeah,
that's
Spider-Man.
the thing. Batman doesn't kill, but I feel like if he beats you up, you're gonna wish he fucking did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a great point. My only asterisk to that would be if it's Adam West Batman, I'm going that route. Only because I want to see the zip bang booms fly over my head when it happens.
All right, that's fair.
You know what? You could get into a bat dance too, which would probably be a lot of fun.
I could hit him. I could hit him off with the bat shark repellent, and I don't think he would get anywhere near me.
Some days there's just nowhere to put a bomb. Or no, some days you just can't get rid of a bomb. That's what it is. So stupid and good.
Jeez. I always forget like how goofy that era of just like superheroes was, because the fucking Superman, like, was it a show or was it a movie?
You're probably thinking of the movies with like Christopher Reeve.
No, not that one. It was like an old ass Superman.
There's like a black and white show, I think, wasn't there? Because
there was.
I want to say I don't know enough about it, but I want to say that like the little I Love Lucy Superman crossover was like they used the same actor that was in the Superman show, but I might be way off base on that.
This is going to be some homework for myself.
And anybody under the age of like 35 listening right now is going, "What the fuck is I Love Lucy?"
Yeah, exactly.
These fucking guys talking about gooning? What the fuck?
What the fuck?
Lucy, you got some gooning to do.
It's such an obvious joke.
Right?
It's so good. But it's so good.
Sometimes you don't gotta try that hard. You just gotta go for it and see if it lands. And I'm happy.
Is one of those things that's like, of course, that's the joke that you make, but not for a million. Like, oh my god. What I'm trying to say is that it was very funny, and I'm mad that I didn't think of it first.
Oh, jeez. All right, let's talk about some video games.
Nah, let's talk about I Love Lucy more. This is great.
I mean, we could do that on Thursday's episode of Gooning with Ashley. Video games.
Yeah, video games.
Yeah, let's talk about some good old game key cards and if the homies ride with game key cards or not. Because Pokemon Pokopia would have everybody fooled. This game has been taking over social media the last few days and has really been getting people to kind of like change their, I would say this game, Resident Evil Requiem and Final Fantasy VII Remake, have been getting people to kind of like change where they sit as far as how they feel about game key cards. I got some thoughts, because me personally, I don't think the game key card situation was as, big of an issue as what getting online into spaces like these would make it out to be. I think it was just kind of like, the loud hardcore had a big issue with it. And the loud hardcore is just, that's what it is. They're fucking loud. So because they had the biggest, I don't want to say like mouths on it, but they like really did. They were the ones to like really speak out. And I think everybody else kind of just was like, oh yeah, like I don't really know what that is, so I don't really care that much. Um, where do you guys sit with this type of like media, like a game key card? Because they've actually been around for a little while now. PlayStation has used a type of game key card, but a game key disc, where it basically is just like not a lot of information on the stored physical media, and you have to go home and download the rest.
Hey,
And
Bretsky, I think your mic's trying to fish for sound currently.
Oh,
There, it went away. Sorry. Continue, JT. You're making very good points.
yeah, so the game keycard situation, I don't think it's like as big of an issue, and my reasons being is, one, I don't think we'd be getting a lot of these third-party games or like developer support on the Switch if it wasn't for game keycards. And you know, who's to say for other consoles as well, like PlayStation and Xbox, because they use the disc format. They also have like game key discs where they have like games come out and it doesn't have all the information on there. You got to go home and download, you know, 20, 30, 120 gigabytes depending on the game. I think it has made things easier for developers to get their media to these consoles that will require these, you know, gigantic fucking downloads. And that just, you know, we're in the age of high fidelity gaming and a lot of assets being used inside these games. So a lot of times where we have these games like Final Fantasy VII Remake is a 92 gigabyte game on the Switch and like 100 something gigabytes on PlayStation. So compression did come into play, but not enough compression was able to like really happen to get that game under 60 gigabytes to use a standard game card, because I believe there's only 3 sizes of game cards for the Switch 2 right now: 64, 8, I want to say, and game key card. But majority of like third-party games have used game key cards because the game cards are fucking expensive. The 8 gigabyte card is expensive, and the 64 gigabyte is like 3 times that price. So if they want to like mass produce a lot of these things, it would just cost an arm and a leg, it seems. So, and I think that situation is only going to kind of get worse as the memory fucking shortages continue to rise up. I don't know how much it's going to affect like a game card or like a disc or anything, but I think it eliminates the issue that we had during the N64 era of variable pricing for cartridges. Because if you guys remember back then, N64 games were crazy fucking prices. Pokemon Stadium 2, I remember, was like $75.99 or $74.99 or some shit like that. And other games, you know, either came out at $39.99 or upwards of that $80 price tag during the N64 era. And it was all because of the cartridge system that console used. So I think game key cards kind of eliminate that. I know I just went on a little bit of a longer rant, but I want to hear from you guys on this. Where are you guys at with physical media not really being physical media, but being kind of physical media, to put it simply?
I honestly think it's complete bullshit. The idea that you're going to buy a product that is supposed to have the actual thing that you're buying on it, and instead it's essentially just a glorified key. I fucking hate that. If you're going to sell a physical copy of something that does not actually contain what you are paying for on it, which you are most likely doing, people like myself, to save space, because as you said, something like Final Fantasy is 100 fucking gigs, and then you turn around and the Switch 2 does not take just any micro SD cards. It takes these express ones that are the most expensive kind of micro SD card out there, and then you're not going to actually put the games on the fucking game card itself, but you're also going to charge a premium price. I take a lot of fucking umbrage with that. The idea that you can't mass produce a cartridge with the fucking game on it but you're still going to charge $70 is fucking outrageous. What is the point? What is the point of putting that and taking space up on my fucking shelf? What is the point of me going to a store or ordering it online? What is the point of me having it whatsoever when I might as well buy digitally? Because the exact same thing is going to happen either way when the servers go down. It's not if, it's when. We know it's when. Every single one of us is old enough to know that we have had a console that can no longer access the internet when it once could. I fucking hate the idea of buying a physical video game and I have to put that physical video game into my system, and yet if I were to have deleted that game to make space, I put that in, I have to re-download it anyway. That's fucking stupid. And that honestly angers the shit out of me. Because at that point, you need to be charging less because you're not actually producing any kind of cartridge that has data on it. Like, yes, there's the key to play the game. You know what else has a key to play the game? Buying it digitally or a fucking gift card. Like an actual card that you scratch off to get the code from the back. It's exactly like that. And I just find that out fucking rageous. These things are already expensive enough as it is, entirely too expensive, and you can't even be bothered to produce a version of this game with the game on it? What the fuck? And just because other companies have done it, such as Activision with Tony Hawk Pro Skater 5, for instance, that's a pretty infamous one. Activision again with the Spyro trilogy, where they only had the first Spyro on it, and you had to download the other two. Someday, those servers aren't going to be around. And yes, dorks like me can go on and on all day about how, well, by the time we get to that point, it'll be easy to mod that system, and then you can just download off the internet, assuming someone has managed to back that shit up. And yes, in a lot of cases they have, but given how turbulent things are and how we're losing MyRent, which if you don't know MyRent, sorry, you got less than 30 days to download all the ROMs and ISOs they got on there before they go offline. The Internet Archive is constantly under attack, and yes, they have a lot of things preserved on there, but again, that's another one that could go down any fucking day given with this administration. This stuff isn't safe, and the idea that you want to take my hard-earned coin for something that I might not actually get to keep bothers me, angers me. I don't want that to be a commonplace practice. If I am going out of my way to own a physical copy of a game, it's because I want the game on that fucking thing. I don't just want a box with something that is essentially empty. If that's what I fucking wanted, I would do what JT once did, and that's make a bunch of fake Switch to boxes to adorn a shelf with, just to say, hey, look at this. This is what I did. I think it's neat. Like, that's fine. That was your own initiative. But the idea that every single one of those you spent XYZ money on and you still have to download it, that is bullshit. And I do not like that. I feel very, very strongly against game key cards and those, as you said, ugly ass boxes, because I always forget that they do have that huge, gross disclaimer taking up space. Like, Jesus fuck almighty, just put a fucking parental advisory thing on there at that point. At least that's like, ooh, that's something you shouldn't be touching. Instead, this is like, oh, this is something you shouldn't be touching because it's fucking stupid. Like, if this is what we're going to do, it's furthering us down the path of you will own nothing and be happy. And I don't like that.
Yeah, when you put it that way, there needs to be like some sort of like protection disclaimer that, hey, if you buy it, like, in all honesty, I feel like with anything you purchase, there needs to be a protection disclaimer like attached to it. Like, hey, you bought this, you are entitled to this for life. And I know that's impossible to do because of licenses and shit like that, but it honestly like should exist. Like if like you said, Carson, if you spend your hard-earned like dollar on something, you should be protected. Like, hey, like I went out of my way to work for this. This is mine, and you can fuck off. Like if you try to take it from me. And I know companies don't want to do that, but one, you know, I think we're starting to see certain licenses kind of like go away a little bit when it comes to certain games. Not the Marvel and Disney shit, but as far as like music and things like that used in games, a lot of companies are starting to like use like their own like music to kind of like avoid paying high prices for licenses. But yeah, when you know, break it down like that is definitely the hard negative on game key cards, and definitely something that should not be ignored. Bretsky, we want to hear from you on this.
You know, I don't have a whole lot to add that our boy Carson hasn't already said in terms of the bigger issues of physical versus digital. At one point, I suppose there was a time in my life where, and probably for all of us, right, where we thought that going completely digital was beneficiary in a couple different ways, right? One, as somebody who's more concerned with, you know, environmental impacts of like mass production shit, saving anywhere you can on packaging, plastics especially. I mean, any piece of media in gaming and at home, like movies, CDs, vinyl, all of that is plastic. It's all plastic, so it's all petroleum based. Anything you can do to get that out of the shelves and off of consumer shelves, just to kind of save in terms of those kind of offsets and production outputs, probably an obvious win, right? It seems like it makes sense. But then you get to the issues of, and I know both of you guys kind of touched on this, just the size of these digital assets, whether it's the game itself or their expansion packs, or even, you know, silly things like bonus characters or other DLCs, all that stuff. It's hard to maybe conceptualize and quantify what within this vast data center, and even within like one stack of a computer in a data center, and I'm talking about like traditional data centers, not even an AI data center, just in a traditional data warehouse center where your stacks have multiple drives inside of them, and like one drive's got however many terabytes of storage it has. A real infinitesimal amount of space is needed for that, what the memory of a game would be, right? But on your Switch, it's pretty fucking huge, and depending on what game it is, whether it's a Final Fantasy or, you know, I'm not really good at off the top of my head with like massive just fuck off size of games, but it
NBAs and
it
shit
makes,
like
yeah,
that.
Yeah, it makes a difference. It makes a huge difference, especially depending on how big your local storage is and how big your memory card is that you have, or your external, you know, memory and stuff like that. It can eat up some space, and yeah, you got to multiply that by fucking billions to really understand the storage capacity and need of all of this stuff, right? And it's crazy. It really is. And with more and more power and resources going to everything being hosted on a cloud, the cloud, whatever, it becomes a different battle of resources, right? Now it's this whole who can control what at any given moment based on their digital storage and their output, right? Their output and their input. It's all kind of interconnected. And that whole battle extends way, 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 way beyond just the consumer level of I buy, I get, and then I keep. You also have to kind of think and break down. My camera can't keep up with me. I'm going too fast. I'm like Sonic over here. You can't. There's so much more to. There are way more layers to that in terms of the buy, I enjoy, consume, whatever. Now you have a whole other argument of how much of that can be stored safely and accessible at any given time. Because if those servers go down and you want to play your game that is a cloud hosted game or whatever, shit out of luck, man. You can't do it in that small amount of time that you get after you've fucking worked your 9 to 5 or 5 to 9 or third shift or whatever the hell you do. And you just want to go home, fucking roll a joint and just chill out for a little bit and play some goddamn video games. And you can't because your server, your network is down for that, hour and a half to 2 that you have dedicated to this. That fucking sucks. And there's so much more to it too, in terms of, well, now you have these stores that really like they own them. But as soon as they go out of business or as soon as they have to sell off assets, you damn skippy, they're going to probably sell off low-hanging fruit like that. And once they sell off certain stores that have either game data or, I was talking about this with my wife the other day, like security camera footage when it comes to all that fucking shit, like Ring cameras and traffic light stuff, like anything that's not a closed circuit, because nothing really is a closed circuit anymore, because that system is like so antiquated. But truly, that's like that's the best security system because it's all within a stored local unit. All of this like cloud stuff now with Ring cameras and whatever else, all these home security systems, or even security systems that like police enforcement uses. We have one set up in our neighborhood close by because it's basically just this like temporary street lamp thing that flashes 24/7 to make it look like the police are nearby. It basically is a Ring camera. Yeah, exactly. And at any given moment, anybody can access that. And once whoever motherfuckers that own that technology go under, because they will, because that's the nature of this game, that information, that footage is whoever buys it next. It's truly the highest bidder. All of that shit is up for auction at any given moment. So that's the weird thing about it. That's the scariest part about it, in my opinion. How this relates to cartridges and video games, it does. I swear to God, I was going to get to it, but I lost the plot. And no, I'm joking. At the end of the day, I mean, yeah, whatever. It's cool. Personally, I am a physical media collector. I always have been. Like I said, at one point in time, I thought there was kind of like a green angle to it. But ultimately, I think one of my cousins told me this, where it was like, depending on how big the file is of the digital game, there's like a threshold where it actually is more, green. I hate using that word anymore, but it is more economical and environmentally conscious to just go ahead and buy the physical copy once it hits like, I don't know, 50 megs or something like that. I can't remember how big. I don't remember the size off the top of my head, but and that honestly, that got me to the point too where like I was just looking for, again, guys, the newest console I have is the first Switch, so that just shows you how out of touch I am with it all. But I've been looking for physical copies of Switch games because a lot of the times they're cheaper anyway. Like you can get even new copies. Like I've found new copies of some games from either like resellers or just fucking, man, even like Best Buy and shit. The retailers that are hanging on by a goddamn thread out in the coldness of space are still able to sell you some shit at a cheaper cost than retail, which is kind of cool every now and then. So, you can look for that stuff. I don't know. Yeah, the lock thing is weird. I just think it's just another stupid thing that Nintendo does. I am not a fanboy by any means in their regard. I'm not a fanboy of any of them in particular. And like everything from their controllers being, you know, experimental and goofy and out of the box, and I can applaud it at a certain level. But then the stuff like them doing cartridge versus CDs for the N64, I'm going to say it plainly, it was 100% a vanity move. And I would say the same thing about the Switch boxes being not standard DVD boxes like every other fucking system does. You know, it just causes more fucking weird specificity for their manufacturing line. So I don't know. I just think it's another dumb fucking thing to talk about for them. It's a press and a marketing thing at the end of the day. So
yeah, they do like to do that thing where they're just kind of like not the odd man out, but the weird man out.
Yeah, they're trying to make a statement, and I think there's probably other ways you can do it that are a little bit more impactful with care versus purely you know, it's I don't know, I'm blanking on a good allegory right now, but it's a look at me kind of thing, as opposed to a, hey, here's something that breaks the mold a little bit that actually will, you know, be beneficial. And maybe then you can charge a little bit more, but the consumer has a bit more of a instinctive trust because they know that ultimately this is a good thing. And once upon a time that did happen.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to completely shit on innovation within a system of capital and consumption, because there can be some incentives in a free market, but again, you cross the threshold where it just becomes more and more of big fish eats bigger fish, and that's the point. We've passed that threshold a long time ago, so it's you can definitely see the diminishing returns on it all.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and thank you for breaking that down, because thinking about it in that way, when especially the points that you were hitting on as far as like service, you know, going offline, that could happen at any moment, where somebody somewhere just decides to cut the power. Hey, we're not going to do this anymore. Everybody else is fucked. And we've seen cases where people don't get their money back. So it's like, well, fuck me, right? Like, I just, you know, spent all this money on these digital goods, and just because you feel like it, you cut the power. I do agree with that statement there. I don't think Nintendo's there yet. They probably won't be for a while, but you know, it's the possibility of the whole thing. The whole reason that I completely like went digital is because I was faced with, when I was living in California, with a very real scenario of, I got all these physical games, and that case, you know, it was almost gone and like lost at that point. And then I pretty much was like, yep, I have to like make a move on this. Do I want to keep all these games and potentially just like have them like stolen or like lost? Or do I just like decide to go all digital at that point? And that's like when I made the decision to jump to just buying my games digitally, because I'm like, it's right here. If I lose my console, cool. I can, you know, have the console shut down, have that email change, whatever. And I can still potentially access like all of my like games at that point. And I'll just go buy another console. It'll be cheaper for me to go buy another console than it will 300 fucking games at this point. Whereas when I was living in California, I had, I won't say like 300 games, but I had over 50, and I had them in a case. And, you know, I was on a train going into the city, and do not ride the trains in California in 2020. I would just say that. But, and stupid me just had like all of my shit with me. So, luckily this is where I will say law enforcement, perfect timing to be in a situation like that. So yeah, that's pretty much that scenario there. But no, game key cards, I think I'm happy that they're honest about it, because they could completely go the dishonest route and not tell people in very small font, But those fucking cases, man, those cases are ugly as shit. They just got this big white bar at the bottom that lets you know it's a game key card. And I'm like, oh, it's gross. It doesn't, if for me, who's like an aesthetic person, I see that, and because I have a couple of game key cards myself, I look at it and I'm like, this isn't appealing. And the only reason I have that is because, like you were saying, Brett, there's a lot of times like going into a store where I can get a physical game and it's cheaper on the store shelf than it is going onto the eShop and purchasing it that way. So I'm like, I might as well just buy the physical like case, even though it's ugly as fuck. But no, I completely get it from both of you guys' standpoints. And I think this is one of those things where there's pros and cons on. It looks like ocean water is creeping up on my face. I think the pro of it is third-party support. Third parties wouldn't be able to get their games on the Switch without it. The con is it's a fucking game key card. You might as well just buy it digitally at that point, unless you can get it for, a steep discount. Because it's like, what's the point? And a game like Pokemon Pokopia will probably not go on steep discount ever in its life cycle. That game's going to be a $70 game until the end of fucking time. But at the same time, it's you choose which one you want. Do you want the digital copy or do you want the digital kind of copy? The choice is yours. Speaking about Pokemon Pokopia, though, did I say Pokopia? One of those. Carson, your wife has been playing it. Do you have any, words? Like, does she have any words about it? How much time has she put into it?
Hey, you want to come over here for a minute? Okay. Like now?
Stand by, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to get a few short words about Pokemon Pokopia from Carson's wife, Courtney.
Here, put this in your ear hole so you can hear JT. Can you hear JT now?
Can't hear anything.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Here, talk
Courtney,
into this microphone
welcome.
here.
Hello.
Hi. I have
I'll
couple
let
of,
you sit for a minute.
Let's say, let me sit.
I got a couple of questions. The
So-
audience will have very many questions as well. So you've been playing Pokemon Pokopia.
Yes.
As somebody who plays a lot of other cozy games, like Stardew Valley, I know you played Animal Crossing. I'm not really sure what else you've dabbled in, but I know you've probably played a couple others as well. How does this rank?
How does this work?
Or how does it rank compared to like some of those games, like on your list so far?
I feel like I have such a bad answer. I don't know. I can't compare it to like Stardew Valley because Stardew Valley to me is like peak in terms of cozy games, and I know that game inside and out. And I don't know that much about Pokemon. Like, I've only ever played, besides this one, 2 other Pokemon games in my entire life, and that was Pokemon Stadium. And I never actually battled the Pokemon in that. I just played the mini games because it was when I was a kid. And then I played that. How do you pronounce it?
She played Pokemon Arceus as well.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Good ass game. Oh, I think either Batman came for them or.
No, it was
The cat
a
muted the
fuck-ass
mic.
Cat.
Oh,
okay.
fuck ass
Love
cat.
it. Yeah, so I played Arceus or Arceus, however you pronounce it. And I never finished it, but I really enjoyed it because I really liked just running around catching the Pokemon and like contributing to scientific research. I found that one was really cozy. The problem that I'm having with Pokotopia or whatever, I don't even know what it's called, to be honest with you. I just keep calling it Pokemon. It's very overwhelming. Like, there's a lot to do. And I like that it doesn't limit you in that respect. Like, it's not limiting where I can go that much. But that's also created a lot of, like, overwhelm for me. Because now I'm, like, I have 3 different areas open. I'm like, shit, I have to build up all of these different areas. I have to build up all these, like, little Pokemon habitats. And this is a lot. I wish there was a bit more of like a barrier, especially on like the very first world that you pop into, because like right now I think you have to reach like environment level 4, and it doesn't matter like how built up you build up these habitats, like you can just keep moving on, and I very stupidly keep doing that which is just creating more problems for myself. But I'm having fun with it. It's just, it's hard to compare it to like other cozy games because like it's cozy, don't get me wrong. I'm having fun running around. There's just a lot of elements in it that I think I'm not used to. And I think there's also one thing that I immediately noticed was, oh, this is Minecraft. Like you're literally just destroying blocks and stuff. And I never got into Minecraft. That's always a shocking fact that people learn. I found Minecraft to be way too overwhelming, and there was no learning curve, and it just stressed me out.
Okay.
So that it's kind of giving me that vibe now. Like I'm in an area where I have to destroy a lot of bricks of volcanic ash, and I'm like, this is so much. This is so much.
Yeah. I've been hearing that it's more Minecraft Viva Pinata-y, which that part like has me kind of more interested, knowing that it's more Viva Pinata like than anything.
Yes, that's very accurate.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, I'm glad that that you were able to like give that perspective, because I haven't heard anybody talk about that type of perspective yet. That comparing to like other cozy games, and it's cozy, but it's not really that form of cozy. It seems
it's
more
cozy, but there's still like
it's unique.
It's unique, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It's unlike any other cozy game I've ever played, which is what keeps me intrigued by it, and like I'm kind of just getting the overwhelm. Like today, I was like, I'm just gonna force myself to stick to one area, and then that very quickly did not work because I was like, well, I need to go back and check on my other Pokemon.
Is it making you fall in love with certain Pokemon?
Necessarily. I mean, when I was a kid, I always fell in love with the cuter Pokemon.
Yeah.
These all like, it's very interesting how these mechanics work, because you have to build, so you build these habitats, right? Which you can do with like terraforming the environment. So you learn like the grow skill from Bulbasaur and then a water skill from Squirtle, like right off the bat. And that's how you terraform the area around you. So like it starts out where you're literally just watering grass, and when you rehab and water the grass, it makes a new habitat, and then you learn how to grow grass, and then you do that and that and that. I completely lost my train of thought. I'm gonna be real honest with you. I don't remember what I was trying to say. But each Pokemon that you meet like has a like they all have their powers, obviously, because I'm going to assume that most people know how Pokemon work. But like when you build, so you can unlock these like building kits to build like huts and like cottages. You need Pokemon that have like different types of skill in order to accomplish that. And if you don't have Pokemon that have those kind of skill, you have to find them. So you literally have to just keep building habitats until you keep attracting more Pokemon that have like the build skill or the bulldoze skill, which to me has been fun. Because I'm like, oh, if I can't find this, what can I experiment with to just find a new Pokemon? Like literally right before Carson called me over here, all I did was set down a chair by some water, and it was like, hey, this is a training habitat for water Pokemon. So maybe one will pop up. And I was like, oh, cool. And then not even 2 seconds later, one was like, hey, I'm going to swim here. I was like, you can live there. That's fine.
Oh, that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, I like that. You build things, and then everybody has to work together, and then you just get these cute little quests. Like right now, on the area that I'm in, my main quest is to throw a party.
Oh, okay.
So
you're
I
at
have
the part
to
where the game gets interesting.
Yeah, so I have to throw a party, and I have to ask the local Pokemon what they would want to do to throw a party. And then I found this big boombox Pokemon that plays CDs.
Oh, okay. Is that the Rotom, I think, is what I saw? Yeah, all right.
Now, I'm going to ask you the question that I know JT and other people are probably wondering if they're hearing this. Is this going to make you want to play a mainline Pokemon game?
No.
And why is that?
I have no interest in fighting the Pokemon.
You don't like it when they fight.
I don't want to fight the Pokemon.
And you don't want to make them fight.
I don't want to make them fight. I want them to work together and build little towns.
If there was a way to get past that in like mainline Pokemon games, there's actually a pretty cozy element to a lot of like newer Pokemon games. Like Legends ZA,
But
you got a lot of
make them
customization.
fight. That's the problem.
Exactly.
And like even in Arceus, there was some fighting element in that, but it wasn't enough to like detract me because I was just so intrigued by you're literally going to help this town research Pokemon by catching them. And I was like, yeah, that's what I'm about right now. That's what I want. But then, like, I think about playing Pokemon Stadium as a kid, and I think part of it was just, like, I just never understood Pokemon. So when I would try and play the fighting Pokemon on Pokemon Stadium, like, just the general, like... The battles. I never, like, picked the right ones. Because I just... One, I couldn't read.
Rock, paper, scissors,
yeah, it's a whole rock, paper, scissors element, and I never read, so... Like,
that's fair.
I picked them because they were cute. That was all I cared about.
You gotta
it was a very girl thing.
Watch the TV show to learn the type advantages. And
we never watched the TV show either.
And I'm gonna dispute you on that because there's shit in the show that does not fucking work in the game.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
My little stupid second grader ass, I remember this shit. I remember using my Pikachu in Pokemon Yellow to do quick attack because that's how he beats Surge in the show, the third gym. That doesn't fucking work in the game.
That's fair. Good point.
Yeah, it's a fun little game. I did cheat a little bit today when I was at work because I wanted to see like how many different areas there were. Because like when I first started playing it, I like the starter area. I was like, oh, this is perfect. Like it kind of keeps expanding. So you're kind of discovering new areas, but then you find 2 doors that you have to get past. And I'm like, oh, so there's just straight up other areas. So I wanted to see how many more were left, and it looks like there's only 5. So I have 3 open right now that I'm like working on actively. But it's still like, oh my god, this is so overwhelming. Because like the water area that I have open, you have to like connect power and like build like resort buildings. And I'm like, I don't know how to do any of this. And you're pushing me into this other area. I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
Yep.
I'm trying to get over that like overwhelm and just like focus on like one thing, but my ADHD just won't let me. So I'm just finding myself running around, just doing what attracts my eye. Like I uncovered, I didn't even tell you this. I uncovered a whole museum just breaking open some volcanic ash.
That's fucking cool.
And I was like, what do you mean? There's a whole museum back here. Now I have to help this guy.
That is pretty cool, actually.
I have to help this guy find fossils, just like Animal Crossing.
Yep.
I was just trying to find another furnace to smelt my ore.
And just like Animal Crossing, the Pokemon fossils actually have a lot of lore to them. So,
as we're talking, the Switch 2 is dying. I brought it to the table with me.
Well, yeah. Well, hell yeah. Well, thanks, Courtney, for giving your insight on that.
Yeah, happy to provide.
That was fantastic, Courtney. 10 out of 10.
You want your headphone back?
Yeah.
Okay. Bye, guys.
See you later. Have fun.
Thank you, sweetheart.
You're welcome.
Love you.
Love you.
Have fun with Pokemon.
All right, Bretsky. Take it away. Hit us with another Zordon's Outlet question.
Alrighty. The Duck asks, besides meat sauce, what else do you put on spaghetti?
Noodles.
Well, yeah, of course, noodles. What other accoutrement are you trying on spaghetti, which is specifically the type of noodle?
See, I like a good red pepper on my spaghetti.
Okay.
Some people do cheese. I think that's just weird.
Well, mozzarella.
I was gonna say, man,
provolone.
Talk to any Italian recently.
At that point, you might as well just get pizza.
All right. I mean, it's not entirely dissimilar. A lot of people put fresh Parmesan on top of that pasta.
I'm an old man, and I'm so weird about it every single time. I'm going to an Italian restaurant tomorrow, actually.
All right. You tell them when they come over and be like, fresh cracker pepper or fresh cheese. You just be like, fuck no. What do I look like? A sexual deviant? No, thank you, sir. I will have my spaghetti raw. Thanks.
Let me tell you, if there's one thing Italians are known for, it's being very rational. So if you threaten the waiter, I'm sure nothing will go wrong.
Agreed.
Yeah. I gotta look up this restaurant now to see if actual Italians work there. Not trying to run into the fucking mafia while I'm having a date dinner.
Yeah, they probably got some good gabagool.
Get the gabagoo.
Woke up this morning, got some gabagool.
Give me some red pepper. That's all I need. Red pepper and meat sauce noodles.
All right, that's fair.
I don't know if this counts technically, but I am a big old slut for chicken parmesan. So if you get some good old chicken breast in there, especially if it's breaded and fried with that like Italian seasoning, you know.
Oh yeah,
that's some good shit. I love chicken parm.
Chicken parm is fantastic, and that is typically served with a spaghetti on the side. So I think that's a very valid choice, my friend.
Yeah, I can fuck with that. Now, cheese bread is okay. Like as far
if
as
you,
like,
if you just dip it in red sauce, JT, that's basically pizza.
I mean, you're not wrong, but it's just something weird about
I'm having an out-of-body experience hearing Brett be sassy.
It's just something
like, wait,
weird
I'm
about
supposed to say stupid bullshit like that. What's happening?
Spaghetti and cheese, but if I like already have cheese bread and I put spaghetti on top of it, I'm perfectly okay with that.
You know, I'm gonna be real though. I used to be someone that fucked with having tons of like garlic bread or cheese bread or something at the side with my pasta. Anymore, and you know it's got to be real if I'm saying something. But I actually think it's too much carbs. I actually don't really like to have like breadsticks or like any kind of bread at the side with my pasta.
Yeah.
And even saying it out loud is like weird for me right now because that used to be my fucking jam. I don't know. Getting old, I guess.
We're also just not like in our teens and 20s anymore. So
yeah, that's true. Where every Friday I'd make a whole fucking thing of pasta and just down that bitch and then save the rest, and that's what I'd eat on all weekend.
Yeah. Nowadays, that would fuck me up.
Oh, same. My God. Tearing my stomach up.
Bresky, you want to hit us with another one before we get into our second topic?
Yeah. Let's do this. Son of a bitch. Let's do something positive. Numbnuts. Is this the year of Capcom? I know you boys been talking about some exciting stuff from the studio, so I'm gonna let you all carry it because I don't know shit other than Resident Evil.
We could use this to kind of like segue into like our second topic as far as like what we've been playing as well.
Oh, okay.
Because I am going to say abso-fucking-lutely this is the year of Capcom because Requiem is fucking awesome. And we had like ideas that it was going to be really good, but I think it kind of like blew my expectations for how good it was, and I'm pretty sure it blew Carson's as well.
Oh, good God. Yeah, I'm just... Yeah, hold on. I'm going to mute myself or else I'm going to keep interjecting.
That is a fucking video game. What a game is what I will say so far. And I'm not like done with it yet. I still got a little bit to go because the Grace parts are really fucking spooky because in her parts, there's a lot of doors and all the doors for whatever reason are just closed. So you just never know what's going to be behind the door. And I really have to like, it's like the fucking dog meme where he has his eyes closed and like the heavenly light is behind him. That's me every time like I'm about to open a door playing as Grace. So I'm just like, what is behind this door that is about to kill me? And man, when I say I've died a lot in this game, I've died a lot. But what a fucking game, man. It is one of my favorite, like, honestly, one of my favorite Resident Evil games that I've been playing so far. And I'm a big fan of, like, Revelations. I think it leans more onto Revelations 1 and 2 versus any of the other ones. And of course, the Leon sections, they play like Resident Evil 4, which if you play Resident Evil 4, you already know what you're about to get, especially if you played the remake. And his sections are fucking awesome. The takedowns that he can do, where I'm still discovering certain takedowns based on a position of a zombie that I'm killing. I just had one last night where I'm playing where he kicks the zombie, like, and they go in front of him and like they're kneeling, and then he just like downs them with his gun. And I haven't seen that one yet. And I'm like, I've been playing this game for at least like 10 hours. Like, where the fuck was that? So I think Resident Evil Requiem is like one of the best games to come out in a while. And I know I say that about a lot of games, but seriously, this is a game. If you like the horror genre, if you have the means to play this game, do yourself a solid, play this game. Another game that I'm kind of like playing in the background here and there in conjunction with Resident Evil is DragonQuest VII Reimagine. And I think that is also a really fucking awesome RPG where I think everybody who can play this RPG should absolutely play it. The one thing I'm going to say about this, and it's kind of like sums up how I feel about the game, is I encountered a group of enemies, and it was a group of cats. And the cats were a like dude in a cat suit who was like super buff, who was like a monster, and then cat magicians. And the name that popped up when you go to face these enemies, their names, like the group name of them, was the Pet Peeves. And I thought that was so fucking hilarious. And I was like, 10 out of 10. Perfect fucking video game, just based off the puns, because all the enemies are pun names, and it's so fucking funny. That's all I'm gonna say about Dragon Quest VII Reimagine. Do yourself a solid, go play it. Even if you have a Switch 1 and you want to play this game, it's available there, and it still looks and runs really great on the Switch 1 as well, from what I've seen also. So yeah, everybody should go play these two video games. And as far as Capcom being on a roll, absolutely. Monster Hunter Stories 3 comes out this week. It's got an 85, 86 on OpenCritic right now. I'm pretty sure Pragmata's going to be up there as well. So yeah, Capcom's definitely on a roll, baby. Carson, take it away, my friend.
Well, respectfully, I feel like you actually undersold Requiem. As positive as you were, I went into it with just relatively no expectations, just kind of thinking this will be all right. I did not expect to get as hooked or engrossed into it as I did. It's been a really long time, probably since like Claire Obscure last year, where a game just kind of came out of nowhere, where I knew it was coming, but I did not realize how much I needed it until I started playing it. Requiem is absolutely incredible. It's an experience of catharsis and repeated tension and release in the form of Grace and Leon. It somehow manages to be genuinely terrifying and unrelenting, yet also at times very cornball, but so earnest in that corniness that it kind of loops back around to just being kind of badass and a lot of fun. I really didn't think it was possible to marry the survival horror elements that made the series famous in the first 3 games with the more action-oriented stylings of 4, 5, and 6. I know with 7 and 8 they went back to a survival horror, but it was very different than either of the 2 sets of trilogies that came before it. And 9 Requiem manages to marry those. I don't want to say totally seamlessly, because you do literally switch gameplay styles completely once you are the other character. But it never feels jarring either.
Mm-hmm.
And it feels earned. And I think for me, I don't want to give away any spoilers, but I would say at around the halfway, maybe a little after the halfway point, at that point, I thought the game was wrapping up, and instead it took a direction that I was so goddamn happy with that usually it's around that point that I feel like games will kind of start to dip a little bit, and instead it's almost exactly, at least for me, exactly what I wanted, where it was, I would play a whole game of this. Oh shit. The rest of this game is gonna be this. That's fucking awesome. Trying to keep it as vague as possible. But what I am saying is this is one of the best Resident Evils, I think, of all time. It's not totally fair for me to say that. I have not played every single game in the series, but from what I have played, as a huge fan of both the original and the remake of 2, as someone that respects the shit out of 4, I really enjoyed Revelations. There's a special place in my heart even for fucking Survivor. That game sucks ass, but I still love it. And I think the Game Boy Color Gaiden game is fucking sweet. And I am saying all that as like my background. And I genuinely think Requiem is something special. And you don't need to be a fan of horror games. It will help. But I genuinely think if you enjoy video games, this is one of those ones that you just need to check out in general.
Mm-hmm.
When we hit the end of the year and everybody starts pretending that they give a shit about the Game Awards, this is going to be one of those ones that gets thrown around a lot, and it's deservedly so. 100% check that shit out. And frankly, yeah, I really like the demo to Pragmata. Capcom's on a roll. But they could put out turds for the rest of the year, and this would still be one of their best years ever, based on the strength of Requiem. That game hits all the right fucking notes. And I literally cannot say enough good things about it. And also to boys, gentlemen that are listening, if you have a lovely lady at home, pick up this game. Get through the scary parts, and then let your lady enjoy Leon. Because my wife certainly took an interest in this game. She usually doesn't in what I play. I saw one little meme that was joking about how hot Leon was, and she looked over and saw it and went, "Yeah, I was watching yesterday, and I liked it too." It's like that fucking Neutrogena commercial. I don't know if you guys have ever seen those with the fucking big hurt Frank Thomas. It's these testosterone pills, and the spokesperson is the big hurt Frank Thomas, and the catch or the slogan for the fucking thing is and by the way, she'll like it too. And it's always like a dude in his 50s and his wife, and the wife looks up like, "Ah, yeah. She'll like it too." So that's what I'm saying. Pick up Requiem.
Commercial.
She'll like it too.
Hell yeah, man. That's a good way to put it. And thank you for, hyping up the hype of Requiem the way that I didn't. Because, yeah. I fully agree.
I'm going to be honest. I'm kind of being a dick when I said that.
No, you're good.
You did just fine. It's just that game is... It's an
10 out of
all-timer.
10. Yeah, absolutely.
Easy.
It's one of those.
Easy 10 out of 10. I
Yep.
don't hesitate with that whatsoever.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, why can't everybody else kind of like do what Capcom's doing, where they just focus on the good and make it fucking amazing. So yeah,
They had that period, man, where they kind of slumped.
yeah, everybody
like-
thought they were gonna get bought out by somebody.
Yeah, I thought they were going to go under in the early 2010s. I really did.
Mhm.
But shit was just so bad. They canceled all those Mega Man games, and everything was just falling flat on its face that they put out. There was a bunch of turds, shit getting canceled left and right. I mean, fuck, Street Fighter V was such a disaster.
Yep.
Dead
Mega Man
Rising
Legends
4 was
3.
terrible. Like, one of the only good things they put out around that time was fucking Devil May Cry 5.
That came later. That came after the resurgence. That was because it was pretty much Monster Hunter World that got them on the right path, and DMC5
You're right.
came out after that.
You right. I thought
Yeah.
DMC5 was 20... No, it was revealed in 2016. It didn't come out till like 2017, 2018, did it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think it was like 2018. Maybe.
Yeah,
even
you're
later.
right. You're
Yeah.
right.
Um,
Yeah, now that I think about it, that was really the turning point, was like Monster Hunter World, because that's where people like me that kept trying Monster Hunter and went, this is too hard, were able to actually get on and play finally.
Yeah.
It turns out, no, it's really not that hard. Like, there's a barrier to entry, but like, once you get it, like, I will say the older ones are still hard for me to go back to, but they aren't impenetrable like they used to be, you know?
Right. No, I'm the same way as you, because that's where I wanted to get into it, but it kind of was a right game, wrong time situation for that one, where there was just so much other things that I was playing as well, and that's
That
when
was
I kind
a
of
hot
was,
period.
yeah, I was kind of over my PS4 a little bit at that time too. But yeah, Bretsky, what the fuck have you been playing?
Man, not a whole lot of new stuff. Most everything I'm playing is not like for my own, and I shouldn't say for my own enjoyment. I'm all about that money, baby. Even though I'm not monetized, I'm so close. No, I've still been playing through Final Fantasy VII, the OG. No More Heroes is the Switch game that I go back to whenever I have a little bit of time. I mean, it goes to show you how long and how few and far between I play any of these titles, because that game probably should have been done a long time ago, but I am only on like the 5th boss. Who did I just fight? I fought somebody that I didn't actually have to fight. Carson knows what I'm talking about.
Fuck.
It's either 7 or 6, where like you just show up and this other
where
dude,
Henry kills him?
yeah, he just comes out of
Yeah.
the sky and just fucking while he's like charging up
Yeah.
this fucking robot. And yeah, Travis is all pissed off. He's like,
Kill
"What the
stealing
fuck?" Yeah, it's so good. So yeah, I've been slowly going through that, and then with my buddy, I've been doing Tomb Raider, the 2013 game. So we're still going through that, and then Carson and I just did some sessions, but we played some older games. What do we do? Mario Golf and
In
Mario
Golf,
Party.
and we did most of Mario Party 2, ... So you can look forward to those in the near future.
But yeah, I haven't played anything like new in quite a while. I gave up on that one game. What was it, God Eater? I don't think I'm ever gonna play it again. I gave up.
Yeah. It can be fun, but it's one of those where it's like, all right, well,
It's yeah, and like I get it. Like games are repetitive. That's just what I mean. Like fucking No More Heroes is the same thing over and over and over again.
Oh yeah, you got to grind a lot in that game.
But like all the different side games are kind of fun and engaging, and like
Yeah.
I even like going to the gym and just doing the stupid fucking bench press and squat thing every
Fuck yeah,
time.
every time.
It's so stupid, but I enjoy it. And they keep it fresh with that. Versus this is like. The story was fucking killing me too, or I won't even call it a story because it was truly just explain what the game is, the story, and it fucking pissed me off so goddamn much. But it was only $4, so I'm not mad about it. But I got like 4 or 5 hours into it, and I'll call that a win, I suppose. But I'm probably never gonna play it again.
No, that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair. Yeah, it's one of the games I never beat as well, so I get it.
Right.
Anything you guys like looking forward to playing here in the near future?
Once I finish Final Fantasy VII OG, I do want to pick up a copy of Crisis Core and make that my Switch game. And that's something I'm kind of looking forward to doing because I'm very interested in this world. So that'll be cool.
It's an interesting fucking world, man. It's like after playing Remake, I'm like, I'm definitely a fan of this now. I can see why a lot of people like Cloud and Sephiroth, even though I feel like a lot of what I heard was, oh yeah, they're just very sexy.
Yeah.
Tifa is as well. And I'm like, makes sense, but you know, there's actually a story here.
No, totally. Totally.
Carson, you got anything on the horizon that you're looking forward to playing?
You know, probably not the best sign that the answer off the top of my head is no.
No, that's fair. I know I asked you earlier, are you going to dabble into Crimson Desert here in a couple of days?
I'm going to be real. I'm still not sure what the fuck that is.
Yeah, you know, you're not the only one. Just watch those videos me and Zach posted last weekend about it, because it seems like it's the everything game, and it almost seems like it's too good to be true, but it comes out in like 4 fucking days or whatever. So we'll see. I'm
gonna be real with you. Sorry to interrupt, but I opened up a video of Crimson Desert because I was like, that's kind of a cool title. And I'm someone who is kind of into the vanity of it all, where a good title or some cool like artwork assets can actually just drive me into a game more than the game itself. So I was like, Crimson Desert, that sounds pretty cool. The opening shot of this trailer I just pulled up is all green. Out. That's not a desert. I don't care.
Yeah, there's a very much a lack of desert that I've seen with this game so far. This game has like dragons and mechs, and you can RKO and fucking like do crazy shit with people in this game. And I'm just like, it seems like one of those games where it's going to be a lot of fun to play, but also might be very overwhelming just because of how much there is to do in this game. Like, why are dragons in mechs? Actually, you know, I'm not going to ask the question I'm going to ask. I'm just going to let it be. Dragons and mechs in any game, usually a really good time. Usually. But we'll see.
Well, if it was in an actual desert, I'd give it a chance, but it's not, so I'm out.
That's fair. Very fair.
I know. I had this idea of like either just a bunch of fucking blood in a desert, or like an actual like Mars ass desert. Like space desert shit, which would have been sick as fuck too. But yeah, this is medieval shit. It's not for me. I'm not saying fair. It's bad. It's just not my cup of tea. I watched my buddy play Skyrim for way too long, and I'm so not into this world.
Look at some of the gameplay of this compared to Skyrim, though. Way different.
That's fine. It's still that kind of shit, though. Like, I'm
Yeah.
I'm not.
Hopefully they don't talk in that weird ass medieval accent in this game, because that would definitely put me off. I hate that fucking accent.
It is really,
so
it
much.
is really stupid. That I could not stand that at all. They're like when they pop out of nowhere and they're like, "Oh no, there you are! You've stolen my bread. I'm going to fight." And he's like a level 100 fucking mage orc or some dumb shit, and he just fucking lights you up because my buddy's not actually good at the game that he likes so much.
Oh man,
Kids,
that's
man.
fair. Hit us with a couple of quick ones from Zordon's outlet before we shit on Xbox for 5 minutes.
All right, I can give you one more quick one. These are going to get into too much of the weeds, so I'll just do a funny haha. What's everyone's favorite Pokemon?
I'm a Charmander person myself.
Wow, OG. All right,
Yeah.
Mr.
Love me
Carson.
some Charmander.
Gengar.
Gengar. Yeah, all right, that's sick. I'm down with that.
What about you, Mr.
What about
Brett?
you, cousin?
Oh, Zubat all day.
That's a good one. Zubat's fucking dope.
Zubat.
All right, let's end it with our final topic of the evening. Xbox is coming out with another console. They teased it over the weekend. It's called Project Helix, and it is going to be a console PC hybrid. And the question on everybody's mind, from what I've seen here recently, why? Why does this thing still exist? What's the point? And it just seems like it's going to be confusing, because on one end it does Xbox shit, but it's also going to have access to your Steam library. And I think a lot of people are just kind of like, where do we like really go from here? Because what's the point of me logging into the Xbox part if I have the Steam part and I already have like a massive library there? Can I just convert all of like my Xbox games that also are on Steam to my Steam account? So it just seems like it's going to be a very confusing product, but it's only going to appeal to a very niche audience. That's kind of like what Xbox's MO is now. I am of the camp where I think if Xbox is to come out with another actual console hardware, they need to do a few things. They need to get rid of Game Pass, or walk it entirely back to where you don't get day one games and it can actually be affordable for people again. They need to bring exclusive games back, because we are seeing a shift from PlayStation that they're not putting their, big AAA single player games on PC anymore. Nintendo is never going to put their exclusive games anywhere anymore. Oh, Brett, your mic's picking us all up again.
God damn it.
And yeah, so Xbox at this point, like, what's the point of you coming out with more hardware if you're still going to put your games everywhere else? And it needs to not be $1,000. Those are my points. Anybody else want to interject on the confusion that Xbox has just caused again with announcing a new console?
I will make this short and succinct. One of my absolute favorite films of all time is Tommy Boy, starring Chris Farley and David Spade. And on the poster of this film, the tagline is, "If at first you don't succeed, lower your standards." And that's all I have to say.
Fair enough. Brett, you got anything you want to say about Xbox?
The Xbox 360 was a perfect console.
I
That's
agree.
all I gotta
Except
say
for when
about
it broke.
Yeah, no, well, totally. But that's what makes it so perfect.
Yeah, I mean, it's really telling when it could break, and the first thing on somebody's mind isn't, oh fuck, my Xbox broke. It's, oh fuck, I gotta go get another Xbox so I can keep playing the game that I enjoy. And then they come back to the realization that their Xbox broke after they went and purchased another Xbox. So Yeah, maybe they should bring the Red Ring of Death back. Maybe that will inspire people to come back to Xbox.
Somehow I don't think so.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
Yeah, like you know, I'm not the head of marketing over there, but I feel like they should honestly probably cut the check.
Got it.
Clearly, we don't really have anything positive to say about Xbox and why they're coming out with a new console. But it's one of those where it's like, we'll see when it comes out. And, you know, it's more interesting that they're putting this information out the same weekend that Steam, with their Steam machine, is kind of like going through the memory crisis like everybody else as well, where they're having to push back their timeline on when the Steam machine is going to come back or come out. So with both of these pieces of hardware, it's going to be, do we get to a point where they say, hell yeah, we need to do this, or let's wait a little bit longer, is what I'm thinking is going to happen. And I feel like for Xbox, it should be a, hey, let's not do this and just continue with the current strategy of, if we're going to make this happen, if we're going to have Xbox Game Studios, we're just going to put our games on PlayStation, PC, and Switch and roll with the punches. We don't need another piece of hardware that is only going to appeal to, you know, a few people who are comfortable spending $1,000 on a game console. Because that's what it's going to be. It's going to be about 12 people who say, yeah, I'm comfortable with doing this. But that's all I got to say about it. Let's go around the table here. Bretsky, give us one more from now on.
What's the best side dish to eat with soup?
A baguette from St. Louis Bread Company.
Man, at one point, absolutely fucking yes.
Oh,
But
man, what happened?
Dude, that shit is fucking hospital food at best. Redco has had like the biggest fall off ever, and like whatever, I get it, it's fucking fast food. It just looks like it's not.
Yeah.
You know, they don't have their CEO taking a nibble of their product and saying it is food. But yeah, man, fucking, and it's not better in St. Louis than anywhere else. It's just shittier and shittier every fucking time I go. And I feel like they always fuck up our order too. We haven't had
depressing.
Good luck there in a very long time. But yeah, I'm with you. Good fucking crusty bread will go good with any soup.
Yeah. Carson, what's the best side dish for your soup?
Depending on the soup, crackers.
Crackers is a good option as well.
I want to say, and I may be pulling this out of my ass, I admit that, but I want to say, Bretsky, that there was actually like some kind of report that came out that like there were changes to St. Louis Bread Company when like some new CEO or some operations manager took over, and they went from like doing things fresh to doing it all prepackaged, and that's why it's gone downhill so much. And like there's been reports on the like market difference, and you're right, and it sucks, like, because they're charging more for a way shittier product, so like we don't fuck with it at all, honestly. I think I want to say, yeah, I did get coffee for my office a few weeks ago because it was Twin Peaks Day, and I had to come from St. Louis Coffee because that was the only place that would deliver to our office. But other than that, like, I don't fuck with it. And even then, coffee's not that good. It's just I needed a big fucking tote of coffee, and that was the only place around that I could get it. But yeah.
Yeah, I think I read that too, actually. There was a recent conversation I had with somebody about it too, where like there's like a distinct fall off of St. Louis Bread Co. more than any other convenient / fast food restaurant I know of in recent times. Like all of them have always, you know, like Burger King, McDonald's, Wendy's, like it's always been shit. You just convinced yourself it was fine because you were younger and you could tolerate shit like that. But there's been a distinct fall off, and I think you're right, Carson. I'm pretty sure that I found that too, where something. I know that it merged with some other, or like somebody else bought like the majority share or something like that.
That's
and
right. Yeah.
That was part of the whole restructuring and shit. It was, yeah, because that was the other thing too. Is like when they started calling it Panera. Like even in St. Louis, there's only a couple in St. Louis that are still called St. Louis Bread Co. There's some like
that's depressing
within the area that are just called Panera now too, because I think that was just like a overall thing. And actually, I think that was the difference. Panera isn't even Bread Co. Panera was a totally separate thing.
Yeah,
it was just St. Louis Bread Co. and then Panera, and they kind of merged or something. I can't remember. I read the article a while back, but. And then something else happened like in the mid 2010s where it just fucking absolutely sank.
Damn.
But yeah, fuck it. Don't go to these places. Just don't go to these places. Make your own fucking food as best you can. Or you want good bread, just go to your local grocery store and go to the bakery aisle. Like that bread's gonna kick fucking Panera's ass every fucking day. Like, I got some good-ass sourdough I fucking had with my spaghetti tonight. It's funny we talked about spaghetti and bread tonight, because that's exactly what I had for dinner.
So your side would be sourdough?
Yes.
The sourdough bread fucking fucks, man. Like,
I do love sourdough.
I love a good piece of sourdough.
Absolutely.
Do you like toast it or anything, or no? You just sourdough on its own ski?
It would depend. It just depends on how I'm feeling, to be honest with you. Because sometimes I like the chew of the untoasted sourdough, but tonight I was feeling crusty, so I toasted it up, put some butter and some fresh garlic cloves on it. It was fucking fantastic.
Hell yeah, that sounds awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I as far as bread goes, like usually a French baguette, usually from the grocery store up the street, but. Yeah, like you were saying, Brett, like don't go to these places. You go to your local fucking bakery. They will have the jam and the toast.
Sometimes the peanut butter.
Yeah, exactly. You might be able to get a whole sandwich.
Get a whole ass sandwich right there, my guy.
Yeah, there's a Japanese spot up the street from me, and they have sandos up there. Oh man,
like a St. Paul. Do they have St. Paul sandwiches, or is that just a St. Louis thing?
That might be a St. Louis thing. The place that I'm thinking of, they only have like the Japanese style sandwich where it's kind of like the folded bread and then the stuff is stuffed in the middle of it, like the chicken and like the egg and stuff.
Is it not, because banh mi I think is Vietnamese, but it's like similar, I guess. Does it have like pickled veggies on it too, like carrots and kimchi or anything like that?
Nah, I'm gonna have to send you a picture of it.
All right.
Yeah, I would say calorie-wise, probably your equivalent of going to Burger King and getting a Whopper. But taste-wise, your equivalent of meeting Jesus and kissing him on the lips.
I was going to say, I'm probably fucking with that over Burger King any day of the week.
Oh, absolutely. There's a Burger King across the street from my place, and I refuse to go there.
I'd rather starve. Burger King is one of those ones that I legitimately... Like, I do believe there's a market difference, but also at the same time, I'm not sure how significant of a difference it is. Because that's one of the ones that I'm like, I feel like this has gotten shittier, but I, in my head, remembered it being better because I was also a kid.
Mm-hmm.
I actually don't think McDonald's has changed that much, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's just a product now.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think it's been so consistent, but again, because we've gotten more alert and aware to different flavor sensations, we've realized what it is.
Oh,
But
yeah.
An Egg McMuffin from now versus in the 90s, sure, probably size-wise is different, but it's pretty damn similar.
Yeah.
It's not egregious because it really... There was not much to change, I think. I'm sure there's definitely differences in like how they do things and stuff and like processes and whatever.
The prep and all,
I'm sure there's like cheaper things, but I don't know. I don't if anything, I feel like I appreciate a McNugget more now than I did as a kid. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like,
Man, when I used to drink, I had a couple of buddies and I had this conversation about how, like, you know, everybody shits on, you know, Budweiser and Bud Light being, you know, shitty beer or weak or whatever. And it's like, yeah, but you know, every time you open a can of Bud Light from anywhere in the world that you have gotten that product, it's going to taste exactly the fucking same as the one from St. Louis where that, you know, original recipe was brewed. And for something as volatile as beer and alcohol that takes like a whole fucking science kit to develop, that's insanely impressive. So
Yeah.
I mean, same thing with McDonald's and all these other, you know, just corporations and big fucking factories that have it down to a goddamn science. Starbucks, like, even though they have like different baristas making the damn things, as somebody who came from that world, I can say this: everything is so precisely measured out and queued up and regulated. Every single cup of coffee you get is going to be damn near identical. Sure, there's going to be some variations because it's fucking hot bean water, and you're going to have a little bit more variance there than a can of beer. But at the end of the day, like, the fact that they have boiled even that process down to a science is fucking insane. Truly insane.
You know, hearing it being called hot bean water makes me think about I just have an entirely different view of coffee at this point. And yeah, I'm glad I'm not a coffee drinker.
Yeah, brother. That's bean water, and I drink tea every day, and it's just leaves.
Yeah, I drink a fuck ton of tea. You're absolutely right.
It's just leaves, man.
Yeah. All right, fellas, let's get out of here. Let's, you know, do the old shtick. Tell the good folks at home where they can find you. Brett, you already told us what you had for dinner, and you know, your last four of your social, credit card information, all that jazz. Carson, take it away, my friend.
damn. You can find me here most Monday nights, and you can also see me and Mr. Bretsky on youtube.com/expansion pack for Brett's friend Carson. New episodes next week. Starting next week, we'll have 3 weeks worth of episodes for you all. Unfortunately, kind of have to drop the every Wednesday because we're grown men. I don't know how else to say it. But we got a whole lot of episodes of Brett's friend Carson on youtube.com/expansion pack. That's youtube.com/expansion pack with new episodes coming.
Yeah, he left the stream and it didn't fuck up like the rotation of where we were at.
That's nice.
That works.
That's real nice. Gotta love
Hell yeah, I do. It makes my life easier. Brett, tell everybody where they can find you.
Well, as my cohort had mentioned, expansion pack on the youtube.com/expansion pack. Brett's friend Carson. Every other, sometimes regularly scheduled Wednesdays. But like you said, there's a shit ton of stuff that's already up there. Just like this channel, JT's got a bunch of stuff for you. And my other channel outside of that is Who Would Win Gaming. That's me and my buddy. We do Tuesdays and Thursdays. Right now we're doing Tomb Raider and Metroid Prime. We're still finishing up those. And my Saturday solo session is the Final Fantasy VII stuff. So still rolling with that. And then just fucking just vibing, just enjoying life as best as we can, because you never know.
Hell yeah. Like, that's what it's all about. You gotta enjoy the good times. Let the good times roll, as they say. And, you know, with that being said, I'm here every Monday, of course. I got a couple of videos coming out this week. I got my video about photo mode in video games coming out this Wednesday or Thursday. Probably on Wednesday. I just got to put some finishing touches on it. And then I got a video coming out Friday, of course, Boss Battle Fridays every Friday. Check it out. And with that being said, remember to stay safe, eat your vegetables, brush your teeth. We'll catch y'all on the next one. Oh, and remember to tip your strippers and DoorDash drivers. Peace.